Hi everyone and welcome back to some more Grid 2019 here on this channel. This is part number 12 of my career walkthrough. Now in today's episode we're going to jump straight into a street cup. Now this is 4 rounds, so 4 races in today's episode, so that is awesome. Also we're going to be buying a new car in today's episode. I've sold the other 2 touring cars we had and we're going to be trying out the Volkswagen Golf GTI TCR. Now this isn't the highest rated or the most expensive of the cars that are on offer, but it's always good to try out every single car because some might not be the quickest but might handle slightly better. Also we want to stick a nice livery on this car, and I have unlocked quite a few that I haven't used, and oh, that suits the car nicely. So that is what we're going to be using on the Volkswagen Golf. Now some of the circuits in this cup today I haven't raced around. I think I've raced around the first one because I think we go to Shanghai for the first race, but the other 3 are very new circuits to me, so it's going to be very interesting and hopefully we can get a decent result. So let's get into the first one and see if we can push for a decent result. So here we go. Right, so I've just made a few adjustments to see if I can improve on my lap time, but yeah, this Volkswagen Golf does feel slightly slower than the other 2 touring cars I've tried, but it turns in quite nicely, so hopefully the handling will be the key for today's cup. Let's put it back into this camera view. It seems to be a lot quicker in bonnet cam. Let's see if we can beat that 51.8, and we got a purple sector, that is good. Let's see if we can master this corner. Oh, that wasn't as quick as I would like. Again, just trying to carry the speed through the turn, and we've dropped a little bit of time. But can we just push enough to get a better position? Again, that's a very difficult corner. Oh, hit a few cones. This is going to improve slightly to our previous lap time. And 5th. Well, that's only 3 places. I got 8th just a minute ago, so we're slowly getting quicker, but I'm going to take 5th. I think we can challenge from that position. So let's get straight into the race and see if we can get a really good result in this first round. So here we go. Right, so here we go with the first round in this Street Cup around the Shanghai circuit. Let's see if we can get a really good start off the grid and try and take a couple of places in these first couple of corners. It's not a bad start off the grid. Now this car isn't the quickest off the mark, I don't think. So the Audi is definitely the quickest, as that's got the fastest time. I'm trying to take a wider line. Oh, we've managed to take advantage of all those cars bumping into each other, and we've managed to take 3 places up to 2nd. That is fantastic. Right, we've got to hold on to this. This is a 3-lap race, so there's still plenty of time for anything to happen. So let's just keep up with the Audi. Just using the fact this car turns in really nicely just to try and take as much through that turn, and holding a nice line through there, and we're definitely quicker through the turn. Can we get in an inside line and just force the Audi out, holding it into that turn? Oh god, that was risky, but we've managed to squeeze through into 1st, so we started so well on this first lap, but can we hold on to it? That is the key. Right, try and take a little bit tighter line into that. Oh god, made a mistake. Oh, and again, just struggling to get the car turned. It just didn't hold that corner. You've got to avoid hitting anything. That's one thing I have noticed about this game. If you take too much curb or you make any contact with the side, it does really hinder you, and you do slow down quite a lot. It's even with the handbrake drifts as well. If you don't time them right, it really does slow you down. Again, just trying to take as much, and we've got some competition behind us. Hopefully we don't get spun out, and we've just managed to take that corner okay, and we go into the final lap of the race. Can we hold off this guy behind us? Just be a bit smoother through there. That was much better, and again just trying to get around that turn. Oh, just caught this side a little bit, but it didn't slow us down too much. Some of the corners on these circuits are so sharp, you've got to time it as best you can. And this one's quite tough. Oh, again, just hitting the side slightly, and that's cost us a bit of time. And we've got some trouble behind us. We've got to hold those lines, make sure he doesn't get through. Coming up to the final corner. Just trying to keep it tight again, just catching the curb, and that should be enough. And I think we're going to take a win, but that was not easy. It's much harder to go around that circuit in the race than it was the qualifying, because you don't think about, you're just thinking about how quick you can get around the turns rather than you've got another car and you don't want to make contact. And yeah, that was tough. And the car in last got the fastest lap. Well, I don't care about the lap times as long as I get the win. Right, let's move on. What circuit have we got next? And like I said at the start of the video, there is some circuits that I've never done before, so it could be really tricky if we can't get used to them. But that is what the hot lap and the qualifying's for. So let's get straight into it. Oh, this one looks interesting. Let's get straight into it and see if we can get a decent result. Right, so I've just made a few adjustments, especially with the gearing as well, so hopefully we can improve on our lap time. We're sitting in 10th place at the moment. Hopefully we can improve on that. I think I'll do one more lap and then we're going to jump straight into a race. I always try and aim for at least top 10. That gives you half a chance to battle for a decent result. I think in this championship you have to try and get at least first or second. And we've got a purple sector. Seems to be good at the first part of this circuit. Is the end bit. Now I have done this circuit before. I thought it was one I hadn't done, but I think the next two I haven't done. So they're different versions of the circuits. So I do think they still need to add some more circuits to the game. I think there isn't enough, even the fact that a lot of them are reversed and stuff. And fourth. Well, that is definitely better. I think I will take that. Still a little bit off the fastest time. And it was a Subaru that got the fastest lap for this circuit. So let's see if we can battle and hopefully get at least first or second. Right, so here we go with round 2 in this Street Cup. We're sitting in 4th position on the grid and we've got a rival sitting in front of us. So let's see if we can get a decent start. This is a tricky circuit to overtake on because it's so tight. So let's see if we can use these wide corners at the start to take some places. And can we get past our rival, trying to squeeze past, and that was a really good corner, and I think we've done it in behind the Subaru. Let's see if we can keep up with the Subaru round here. It's had the fastest lap, so look at the speed he takes through the turns. Yeah, he is definitely going to be hard to beat, so let's just try and stick with him as long as we can. Hopefully keep ahead of the rival as well. We haven't made many nemesis in races recently. I think we need to maybe be a little bit more aggressive just to add to the excitement, because I like having someone trying to take me out. I think it's funny. But let's just concentrate on trying to catch this guy in the Subaru. God, he does really take some decent lines through these corners as well. Seems to avoid a lot of the curbs as well. That car does handle. I mean, I will buy it back. I just thought I'd sell it just to maintain decent credits, because we still got to save up for some really good cars and some series that I want to jump into. But yeah, I didn't realise how expensive some cars are actually on this game. So that is what I'm building. Oh, he's gone really wide. Can I take him in the inside? Oh, what an overtake that was. He made one mistake, and luckily we were there to take advantage of it. Right, now we've got a lead. Try and stop him from getting past. Oh, that was nicely done. Ah, those two corners were brilliant. And that's one thing I do like about this game as well, is the AI do make a lot of mistakes. They do battle quite hard with each other as well. I've seen a couple of AI drivers really take each other out majorly and spun out completely, and I've just gone on to win the race. So you've really got to just wait for that moment. That's what we did. Oh god, just taking a little bit too much through that turn there, just getting a little bit too confident. Last couple of turns and we're going to take the win. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought I would really struggle to beat the Subaru, but there you go. So that is another win, and we move on to the next one. And where's our teammates? That Pedro is awful in the touring cars. I'm definitely going to have to change him. He's just not performing. I wish I didn't change drivers now, because the other guy wasn't too bad in the touring cars. Anyway, let's get straight into the next round. and see what circuit we've got to race around next. So here we go. Right, let's see how much XP we get for that win. And do we level up yet? No. Need a little bit more to get to the next level. So we move on to Barcelona. And this is a version of Barcelona I haven't done yet. So let's just get straight into this and see if we can get another decent result. So here we go.
A pleasure as always to be in your company.
Right, so here we go with the race around this Barcelona circuit for round 3 in the Street Cup. Let's see if we can get a good start to the race and see if we can do better than we did in qualifying. I mean, we qualified 4th, but that was not an easy qualifying session. Right, let's see if we can get a good start. And that's not bad. Try and hold on to our 4th position. No, we've been overtaken. Let's just try and hold an inside line. Try and avoid any contact, and that was not too bad. Now some of these turns are very tricky, it's very tight through here. You've got to try and avoid hitting the side. Oh, bit of contact there. Oh, that was my own fault and lost the front end, and we've dropped down to P5. I almost completely spun it, had to hold on to the wheel and really controlled that. Hopefully that hasn't cost us. 2 cars have managed to really pull away now, so if we can get past these 2, we need to try and chase down those 2 because it is only a 3-lap race. We've managed to squeeze past one of them up to P4 and dive up the inside, hold it into this tricky corner. This is one of the hardest corners on the circuit, and we've managed to get back into 3rd. Oh, what a recovery that was. I was really worried that just that one mistake could have cost me dearly, but I've still got to try and overtake these 2. So let's just try and pick it up. And that is not too bad. Now, the times in the qualifying session were very, very close. There wasn't a lot between most of the cars down from 1st to 10th, but just that little extra, I just could not find a better 4th position. So the cars in front of me are definitely quicker around here than me. So let's see if we just catch up. Oh, almost completely lost it there. I think the fastest time was a 57-second lap, and I was doing 58. So yeah, I was about half a second off the pace, and you can see that I'm struggling already. But these 2 in front are battling hard, so if they come together, we might be able to take advantage. They're going into that turn. Oh, as I said that, and look at that, I've just managed to take an outside line when they made contact, but he's going side by side. Can I just hold off the Audi and catch up with the Subaru? Let's see if we can just hold it into this turn. Oh, that was nicely through there. We just managed just to pull away. Now we've got to try and overtake this car if we can. He's got much better control through there, but here comes the Audi again. He's not going to let me take this position without a fight. And oh, that was nice through that turn. Can we go? Oh, a bit of contact again. Don't want to be doing that because last time I spun up, but we've managed just to squeeze through. And we're through into 1st. Right, let's try and hold it. And please, oh God, we've made another mistake. And they're going to come down the outside, and we're going side by side. This is going to be a tricky ending to the race. We've just got to try and not make any more mistakes. We've got the inside line. Let's try and take advantage of that. They're definitely quicker than me on the straights, and it's going to be just a straight line sprint to the end. Let's just try and keep it steady through here. And again, slow it down, turn it into the inside. And that was a nice power slide. Oh, that worked nicely. And just through this chicane, try and avoid any touches on the side. Oh, that was so quick through there. And we take the win. What a battle that was. I thought in that first couple of corners when I made that mistake, it was game over. But I stayed strong. And the lap times weren't even that quick. I mean, like I said, the fastest lap in qualifying was 57 seconds. So I think we all slowed each other down. But yeah, that was an epic battle. And we go into the final round of this Street Cup. So let's get straight into it and see what circuit's next. Right, so we're almost at level 16. So we only need a little bit more XP. Whoops, just pressed the wrong button there. Right, so let's see what circuit is next. Havana. I haven't done this circuit before. It's a very short circuit, but it looks like it's got some really sharp corners. So let's get straight into it and see if we can do better in the qualifying this time, because we've really struggled in all the qualifying sessions in this cup so far. So let's get straight into it. So here we go.
And we're heading.
Right, this circuit is very, very tough. You've really got to line up the corners because they're wide corners, but they're very, very sharp. Just trying to take that inside and try not to hit the side. So that is not too bad into that first turn. Now the fastest time is a 44 second. Again, just trying to take that inside curb, and we've got a purple sector. Let's see if we can get a better lap time than we did previously. I think there is going to be a lot of crashes in this one. All the cars trying to pile into the turn. Again, just trying to hold that. Oh, we're a second up. That is much better than we did on the previous lap. Again, just trying to hold that, using the handbrake just to get the car slid round. Travellers quick round there, but is this going to be a better time? And we take first. Unbelievable. I wasn't expecting that. So we move up from, well, we had 5th position, so we move up to 1st, and that is the best lap that we've done so far in any of the qualifying today. So let's see if that will hopefully put us in a position where we can win the race. So let's get straight into it and see if we can finish off with an awesome result. Right, so we've managed to get 3 out of 3. Can we make it 4 out of 4? We've just got to start really well. We've got pole position. This circuit is very, very tricky, but as long as we hold those inside the lines, we should be okay. So let's see if we get a decent start. And off we go. We've got the Subaru behind us and our rival in the Audi. So let's see if we take a decent first corner, and that is not too bad. It'll be interesting to see how quick they are in the race. And just trying to hold those inside lines, using the curbs. Again, trying to get the edge of that curb. That was nicely done. So they're definitely not as quick around that section. That seemed to be where I picked up the time. And once I got to this sector, I was a second up, and you can see I've just pulled away. So I know where I'm quick round here, but I just don't think that the AI used the handbrake as much. I think I can get around the turns a little bit quicker. Again, trying to drift around that turn, and they're keeping up with me. The Audi is still in pursuit. Not going to give him any chance to get past. Just make sure we keep those lines very tight through there. Again, this is a tricky corner coming up. Just trying to avoid hitting any of the sides. I don't mind grabbing curbs as long as I don't hit the sides. Again, using the handbrake to get around that last turn. And we're still managing to maintain a little bit of a gap, not a lot.
Last lap,
Again,
hold the lead
just trying to take that. That first corner is probably the toughest corner of the circuit. So easy just to lose control through there. God, that was risky doing that, but got away with it. I think one thing you will find as you get used to this game, you started off with using about 3 traction control and stability, but as I've got more into the game, you find that you don't want so much traction control because it does tend to slow you down quite a lot, especially when you're drifting. And I think I've only got 1 on at the moment, and it feels a little bit better. And look at that, I'm going to take the win. And I think finishing that qualifying session in first was a must, because I think if I had started any further down, I think I would find it hard to overtake around that circuit. But we finish, and that was 4 out of 4, and we get into the final results. So here we go. Right, so that should be enough XP to take us to level 16. Yes, it does. And we end today's championship in the touring cars in the Street Cup. That was so much fun. Really enjoyed that. And there is going to be a lot of cups like this in the rest of this World Series on grid in all the different cars. So I will try and pick another one for the next episode, and hopefully I'll buy another car as well. I like to keep mixing up, not using the same cars over and over again. Thank you so much for all the support on this series so far. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the tab below, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.